Today, book club, Star Trek, Mr. Scott's Guide to the Enterprise. I knew about this a long time ago because it was based on the Refit Enterprise. I don't think it does anything to do with the A. Yes, it does. But this was tied in at £13 way back in the 80s. Let's have a look. Hi guys, Ralph here. So today's Mr. Scott's Guide to the Enterprise. I do like a good tech manual, and I will go through this for you anyway. This is not a bad copy, to be honest. Hardly ever being used. Obviously second-hand. Yeah, based on the engineering logs of Chief Engineer Montgomery Scott, which is quite strange. Things look like they're not needing a back on there. So here we go. So Mr. Scott, Star Trek 1, you can tell by the uniform. Databank hard copy. So they did this before another book. They went, here's the LCARS hard copy version. This was first published in 1987. This is artwork is from different times. This is a first copy. It would normally give you a different date if it wasn't from 87. Yeah, I think it's a first copy. Can't see why it wouldn't be. Printed at Bodmin in Cornwall, which is quite good. Quite strange how an American franchise would get UK publishers unless they were published over here and in the Americas or whatever else. History of Refit. Nice. Okay. So on April the 4th, 2212, stardate. Whoa, they've got the dates wrong, haven't we? 2212, stardate 7532.2. Conscious Class Enterprise returned to space dock. Right, so it's yeah, a long way out. This is pre when we got the there was a book series I did, the space flight chronology, and that got the dates completely wrong as well. But these were the times where we were not quite sure. So, and that should be 72, 71. Full diagram of the side view of and the specifications of the Enterprise refit in feet, which is fine. Club Compromet listed crew was 426. You only ever saw as a full ship the Enterprise in this configuration. We saw parts of the hull saucer in the Battle of Wolf 359 as destroyed, or from the junkyard at Unification. So full deck level there, deck 21, which didn't go for the Star Trek 5 ruined quite a lot of bits, but we forgive it because it's Star Trek 5. Different redesigns of the contractor sketches. Yeah, okay. Different design on the back for the what do you call it? The captain's room, the ready room on the back, the officer's mess, uniform codes, colours, sizes, what to wear, how to wear. It's a full uniform there. I would love one of these uniforms. Absolutely adore one of these. If anybody's got one, what to give them away, off you go. Cadet jumpsuit, same thing. Ignore the dates. We can just add on 50 years or something. Rank pins, Fleet Admiral, Admiral, Commodore, Captain, Commander, Lieutenant Commander, Lieutenant, and Lieutenant. Depends if you're American or English. So year 1 pin, year 5 pin. Oh. Different typefaces, which we can get easily now anyway. Microgramma, bold, Starfleet, box extended. Door insignias, command, lots of symbols, lots of pictures, makes me happy. Cool. And ship layout, bridge. Okay, so how would you get from here to here? Well, sorry, from here to the airlock at the beginning of Star Trek 1. Simple. You go in the port side turbo lift, it would rotate you round to this door here. And then you get out into the airlock and you come straight back into. Simple, eh? So where's the toilets? I'm guessing that might be the toilets. 2 and 3 there, because the bridge comes round here, got bits round. Actually, they're the seats. Ooh, hold on a minute. Why is that marked off there? On the original series, that was actually the toilet. in that corner. Fun fact. Oh, the toilet's there. So you go into, Captain, I need to take a number 2. So straight out through port, eye lock, and there you go. Toilet. Captain's logs. Okay, enough of that. So yeah, more sketches of arms for docking port, which we did the little space dock shuttle pod. VIP's officers lounge, that's at the back of the ship, so you got the windows at the back, privacy area, viewing screens, bar. Never really saw too much of this. We saw a little bit of in here, lots of toilets. VIP facilities, food dispenser units, VIP staterooms. We have seen quite a few of these on other books, but whether or not this, I don't think this is the first one that they came out with. I think these are reprinted from, like it says at the beginning, it's got other, yeah, where's the dates? Yeah, artwork and photographs, 79, 82, 84, 86, 87. So they have been used on other things previously, which is fine. Just put them together for this. Main gangway hatch. Auxiliary control room. Never saw the auxiliary control room. So, but we did have one in... Oh, we had one in the original series, but it was just a desk with a thing. It wasn't as much as detailed as that. Briefing room, sick bay, transporter rooms. Cool. Now we have the field jacket that we saw in Star Trek 2. So this is basically what, where, and how from Star Trek 2 onwards. Phaser from this phaser was actually in Star Trek 1, which is quite strange that in the 6 original films from Kirk and Spock, that they had a phaser change every 2 films. Star Trek 1 and 2 had this one. We saw the security guards with this, trust me. The security guards had this phaser in Star Trek 1, and we saw more of it because this, what Kirk killed the little sand slug thing, wherever it were, and Captain Terrell shot himself with. This is Star Trek 3's. And Star Trek 4. Actually, it was in Star Trek 4 on the security guards because we mainly saw them with the Klingon disruptors when they were in Star Trek 4. Have they got the Star Trek 5 and 6? No, they haven't. I do like the Star Trek 5, Star Trek 6 phaser. That's the beginning of the training cruise. Torpedo hatch, torpedo control room, photon torpedo casing, warp engine room, so main engineering. Then we have the radiation, rad suit, the anti-radiation garment. Okay, a bit strange. Cargo bays, which goes over here, and then top of here would be the exit of a shuttle bay. Really extended, took the entire back end of the ship off to do that on the decking plan. The warp sled, or the spacecraft, which would have a warp sled underneath it as well, which we saw in Star Trek 1. They were the new versions of the shuttles. Travel pod, yeah. Contractor sketches, so these are the work bees. Yeah, that's why they got the work bee logo right there, getting through the windscreen. It is pretty cool. And they did stuff on this. Different styles of, you've got the grappling arm, you had cargo train, and the work bee standard. Really is pretty cool. Lifeboats. Where were the lifeboats? To press open switch, full instruction how to use a lifeboat. Never even saw where they were. There'll have been a section somewhere that they probably deployed them. Cargo transporter. The botanical gardens. This was either side of the main engineering section. The windows either side. You'd see blue through the model, and this was all the arboretum botanical gardens on here. Again, snack bar, toilets, bench seat so you can look out into the nothingness, botany lab. We did have the arboretum on the Enterprise D, which was at the back of the saucer. There was blue lights on the, well, eventually they put them in, but that was definitely the arboretum. We did see it, but it was more of a room instead of an actual observation looking out room, which is a shame they didn't do more with that, or anything much with that. We had Keiko doing the plants. That's it. That's the end of Star Trek 4. There's a wall unit. Boldly go and no man has gone before, from Starfleet Charter. Bridge display graphics. Environmental systems, sciences. Bridge display graphics again. Showing that's a turbo lift, is it? No, damage control. Structural integrity field. Cool. These are display graphics you saw on the actual film. And then we have the first picture of the Enterprise A. Although it's in black and white, can't really see that much. That was definitely from 86, the end of Star Trek 4. Would have been nice if they'd have done like the comic books did, and then they took the Excelsior out. But it wasn't to be. They took out, well, got a new ship, even though it was the Yorktown. So with that in mind, thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. Consider being a Patreon, consider being a donator, consider being a YouTube member. The descriptions are all below in the channel description or in the video description. I will see you guys in another video. Bye bye for now.